We're being challenged with really identifying an audience wherever they show up. Within programmatic, we're seeing that there's a lot more channels that are being bought in a programmatic fashion. Certainly, something like display and video is something that's traditionally been bought programmatically, but we're seeing social and native, in addition to a lot of different device types, whether it be mobile, tablet, and coming down the line, eventually connected TVs. That's got a little bit of it's a little bit of a ways out there, but we're seeing really kind of the different channels and different devices come into the programmatic mix for us. The value of Xaxis is really based on the audience itself. We have a proprietary technology called Turbine, and it's our audience creation DMP. And ultimately, that gives us a unique advantage in the marketplace where we can take audiences either from the client or through different behaviors that we understand from the audiences we're looking to go out and target, and create a unique audience for each brand that we're looking to do a buy for. So really, the way we approach the market is an audience-first approach. And Turbine is ultimately what powers all of that for us. The way that programmatic is being bought, we still see it being bought in silos where there's one-off buys with different vendors in the space. I think what we're seeing is that a lot of that's being consolidated into one platform where the decision in an audience can be made across different device types as well as the different channels where this audience is showing up. So I think really kind of consolidating the tactics into one platform where we can be smarter about how we target users and the messages we put in front of them is something that we're seeing transform throughout the year. A lot of our partnerships is about integrating those partnerships into a buying platform or decisioning platform. So for us, the partnerships still exist. If anything, they're strengthened through these different integrations that we have in place. And what we see there is that if we can take the unique audience that we've constructed for a brand, put it into our buying platform, and then can really start targeting them across all the different media channels, we're showing up where the audience wants to be versus really kind of forcing the message onto the user. So, when we can bring all the buying into one platform or one decisioning engine, we can be much more efficient about the audiences that we target, the way in which we put the message in front of them, and certainly we can now start personalizing that message because we understand the different touch points of those users and how we've engaged with them. So when it comes to private exchanges or private marketplaces or even programmatic direct, that's coming up a lot more in terms of the way that clients want to engage with publishers. Certainly it plays a big part into the way that we engage with publishers and in the way that we could package that up for any given brand that we work with. I think when you start pairing together private marketplaces with audiences, we really want to find that balance of scale and accuracy of targeting that audience. So, that's a challenge that I think the industry is facing right now, but I think when you can get a premium mix of inventory, but then you can also scale and find that audience through other means as well, the combination of the two we've seen a little bit more effective. I think measurement is always kind of a challenge for the industry. As I mentioned, as we bring in all these different kind of channels and devices, the way that we measure it is something that is a challenge for the industry. So when we look at things like attribution, we want to make sure things like viewability are being factored in, or that we can capture mobile devices as well as any of those device IDs, and really tying together the different devices and different channels and viewability and bringing that all together is a challenge, and we've seen some progress made there, but I think in 2016 that's something we'll continually address and hopefully make some progress on.